Good morning. Good morning. It is here in Uganda as the rest of the world joins us in celebrating Martyrs Day. 3rd June every year, the world literally, if you like, converges on Uganda as we remember folks back then who decided to lay down their lives for their faith. My name is Joel Senyonyi. Of course, we'll be showing you the live proceedings from Namugongo, but we also thought it important to try and get a feel of what happened in the years past. My colleagues who have covered the Martyrs Day celebrations in the past years, we thought it's important that we get to speak to them, get a feel of what happened there, a plethora of things. Of course, the sermon, the color, the people that attended, folks that trekked from different parts of this country and the rest of the world, just to get a good understanding, even as we try and put the spotlight on what's going to happen today. So this morning I'll be speaking to a couple of them. I'll start by speaking to my colleague Irene Namyalo. Irene Namyalo covered Martyrs Day celebrations in 2011. Irene, good morning. If you could talk to us about the folks that you got to interact with that trekked from different parts of the country, what did they tell you?
I would mostly cover the pre and after the D-Day. And what would interest me more is seeing people as old as 86 years walking up to here. They would walk so many kilometers. Some would come from as far as Arua, Koboko, Nebi, and you would see them arriving. I would be there when many of them arrive. And if you would ask them, do you regret for having walked all that way because you look very tired, or the legs are swollen? But they would be like, I cannot regret. And you would see they are tired, but they are happy. They are very joyful because they have reached at Namugongo. And I would also ask them, what really pushes you to walk all this way, especially those elderly people? And they would be like, it's God. And you would ask them, have you really gotten what you've gotten? Because most of the time, those people who would walk, that wouldn't be their first time. You would find that that is their 5th time walking to Namugongo, and you'd be like, each year, whatever you ask for, do you really get it? And they'd be like, yes, and that is why I keep coming back. That I would always try to look for the emotions out of them, and I would keep wondering what would make someone walk from all the way from Arua to this place, however old they are, and they are comfortable, they are happy. So I would always look out for that emotional bit, and it would always surprise me when people are still joyful, however tired they are. They are like, they have reached, they're very, very, very glad to have reached at the scene. And they would be like, whatever I pray for when I'm here, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll now speak to my other colleague, Florence Naruyimba. She, of course, since left NTV, but she's still a member of the fraternity, if you like. Florence, you did cover Martyrs Day in 2011. What was that coverage like for you? What did you see, and how did it go?
Yes, Joel, yeah. Covering Namugongo, it was always an exciting moment. You know, the people are really invested in this day. They are so energetic. They are so spiritual, physical too. You know, people trek for miles and miles. The people in Lira, they take the crown. And then, of course, those coming from, you know, the rest of East Africa. It was also interesting, and that's, I think, the first that I covered of Namugongo. The people had come in from East Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda. It was interesting. And at the time, we had even a security threat. But this did not deter people from showing up in Namugongo. And that's it. For a journalist, you have to be a part of this. You have to embrace this energy, this atmosphere. You have to be into it to understand what this day is all about and to showcase it. And so, yes, I would go to Namugongo, cover all these lovely stories, colorful stories especially. That's what I did mostly, leave alone that security one that I covered. But one of my bosses, Kato, would always be excited about the day. Like, there was no relaxing for anyone. You had to be a part of it all through. So yes, I remember there was a time they banned food, but I went to Namugongo and all we could see were people preparing food, especially pork, which was top of the list. And it was interesting to see them, excited, sharing, some were busy worshiping and some were busy eating. Like, it's all part of it. They're all there for one thing, to remember the martyrs. And that is interesting because, people have faith. They come, but as well, they, as much as they are worshiping, they need to have that fun. And as a journalist, you're a part of that. Of course, I ate some pork. I will not deny that because it was just everywhere. Like, that was the day's main delicacy. But anyway, it's interesting. I love that people invest a lot in the day. And for a journalist, you have to, seize the opportunity as well. And when people are home watching, they like the lighter side of things, the lighter side of Namgongo. It's always interesting seeing those people who are drunk dancing away. It's exhilarating, and I miss it really. I really do miss it. Yeah.
Okay, so in 2012, Luero Diocese was in charge of the Martyrs Day celebrations, and my colleague Hilary Ayesiga was on ground. Hilary, talk to us about what fascinated you in 2012 at the Martyrs shrines.
What was so fascinating about Martyrs Day, it was about these long queues of the young, the old. You would look at the old women who have walked miles and miles away to come and pay pilgrimage or to commemorate this Martyrs Day. These are people who have walked. These are people who are passionate about their faith. And what was so interesting, they were still strong and energetic, and they were struggling to get in there despite this tight security around. These people were struggling to get in there in the Martyrs shrine to pay pilgrimage or to pray. And this is something very interesting which caught my eye. There was also these other people who were selling the rosaries, the Bibles, and this is something which was bringing together the spirituality, bringing harmony of people from different faiths.
All right, so that was Hilary Ayesiga. Now, in 2013, the leading diocese was Mbara Diocese. The Archbishop Paul Kamuza Bachenga was in charge, and my colleague Julius Senkandwa was on ground. Julius Senkandwa, tubulire kiki ekyakukwata omubabiro omwaka ogwo?
Wabale nnyo munnange gwe alaba NTV essaawa eno era nga njagala kutuusaako kino nti nganze Julius Senkandwa nkoze amawulire mangi nnyo weulutuuka olunaku luno olw'okulamaga ennamugongo ennaku z'omwezi 3 omwezi ogw'omukaaga. Abantu baba bangi nnyo, buli omuntu aba ayagala gende ennamugongo alabe kyekiriyo, yeetabe mu kusaba. Abamu bajja kujaganya n'okujaguza kubanga balina akakwate ku bajulizi bano okuba abooluganda saako n'eddiini gye bakkirizaamu ekikatuliki oba ekiprotestant. Naye nga Namugongo kyemumanyiko ng'oggyeko okuba nti abantu babeerayo bangi, ebyokwerinda biba gguluggulu. Naye nze ku bintu ebize binkwata omubabiro sijja kugamba nti bitono nnyo. Buli lwe ŋŋendayo nsangayo ekintu ekinkwata omubabiro. Naye nga olunaku lwa 3 June omwaka 2014 nze ku lwange mu kyasa kino oba mu myaka gino 10 nsuubira nti ku lwange lwe lunaku olukyasinze okuba nti lwa byafaayo oba nti ndujjukira nnyo olw'ensonga nti okusaba kwatambula bulungi, enkuba tewaali, twatuuka mu budde, abantu baali bangi, kwaya yayimba bulungi nnyo n'okubulira kwali kulungi nnyo. Naye kwaya yayimba ku lunaku olwo okuva mu ssaza ly'e Kotido, kubanga essaza ly'e Kotido lye lyategeka okusaba oba ebijaguzo eby'omwaka ogwo 2014. Kwaya yayimba bulungi nnyo, yayimba ennyimba ez'enjawulo mu nnimi ez'enjawulo. Tunuli omuntu ava waggulu mu Kotido ng'ayimba oluyimba luli mu Luganda ate n'aluyimba bulungi nnyo nga tewaliwo wakyamyemu. Ekyo kyali kirungi nnyo. Naye ekyasinga okuba ekyetutumu oba ekyasinga okunsanyusa muli mu mutima ye kwaya engeri gyayimbamu, naddala omukyala oyo sister eyali agikulembeddemu. Omukyala yalina amaanyi ng'olabira ddala kwaya yonna agitwalira wamu nga naye mutuufu nebanga enjala ekuluma. Enjala erumire Namugongo, enjala erumire Namugongo. Naye olabanga buli muntu yenna sister oli engeri gyakondaktinga mu kwaya ye nga engeri gyayimbisaamu mu butuufu. Nange yali ku microphone ngamba weereza nga nange mutuufu mpulira ebigambo ebimu byagala mbisalemu nsobole okuyimba ne sister oli, kubanga kwaya yali kye bayita lively, yali ng'eri wamu yonna ng'eyimba bulungi ng'eyina essanyu. buli muntu yanyumirwa olunaku olwo yenzikiriza yange era nsuubira nti buli muntu olunaku olwatambula bulungi nze kunze olunaku olwasinga lwe lukyasinze okuba nti lwankwata omubabiro sisto yengeri gyakwatamu kwaya ye n'agimpisa bulungi n'amaanyi ago gonna buli muntu yenna n'amusitula n'aba nga atambula naye. Julius Senkandwa byebyo byange.
Okay, so that was Julius Senkandwa, who was part of us back then. 2014, the leading diocese in 2014 was Kotido Catholic Diocese, and Bishop Giuseppe Filippi, or Philippi, I hope I got the name right, was the gentleman in charge that particular year. And 2014, a couple of my colleagues did cover this. Christo Chamringa was on ground as well. Christo Chamringa, good morning. I know you are a man of God. You like to listen to sermons. Tell me, what was your takeaway from the sermon that year?
Every Martyrs' Day celebration is unique. There's always something new that the religious groups bring to the congregation, the thousands of people who come from far and wide to mark this important event. Because of the sermon by the preacher, he was speaking very passionately, calling on Christians to stop being pretenders and live up to the ideals of Jesus Christ. And after the sermon, there was the crowds, the young, the old, the disabled, all lining up to get holy water from one of these enclosures. It was a very impressive sight for me. I hadn't seen it before, and it's something that's always happening. It really goes to show the devotion of Christians who mark this event that happened over a century ago. It's really impressive to see all this happening, and I think it speaks volumes about the devotion of Ugandans and people from the region.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, Chris Ochamuringa. That same year, my colleague Irene Namyalo was on ground. Irene Namyalo, tuwulire abalamazi bewasanga abatambula okuva gye bava mu nsi eno n'awalala bakunyumiza biki abalamazi abo?
Nasinganga nnyo okubeera nga nkwata abantu nga olunaku luno lwennyini telunatuuka nga mbakwata nga bajja oba nga mbakwata nga bamaze omukolo, naye awasinga nga okunyumira we wano nga bakatuuka ng'oyinza okulaba omuntu nga avudde wala, avudde Arua, avudde Rukungiri, azze atambula ate nga muntu mukulu. Ate era ng'ebiseera ebisinga abantu bano abatambudde gwo si gwe guba omulundi gwe ogusooka ng'aba azze atambula ng'emyaka ng'etaano, naye ng'omutuukako ng'akooye, ng'omutuukako nga ebigere bizimbye, naye bw'atuuka ku kifo ekyo kyennyini omulaba nga essanyu, agwa wansi n'ateeka emikono waggulu n'atendereza ng'olaba alina kyatuuseeko ekyenjawulo. Era nga nze ntera nnyo okwagala okumanya ki kye bawulira munda, ng'omubuuza nti naye kyekikuleetera okubeera nga otambula totuuka wano, totuuka mu lugendo wakati ne wejjusaamu nti oba ntambulira ki, ng'agamba sisobola kwejjusa era kentuuse wano mpulira nga obulamu buzzeewo. N'omubuuza nti naye by'osabira obifuna, ebikutambuza obeera obifuna? N'agamba buli mwaka ngenda nensabira abaana bange balamu, ngenda nensaba obulamu nzuuno, olaba ndi wa myaka gino nti bakyawangala balamu. Kwegamba ng'olaba omuntu bw'atuuka e Namugongo awulira nga atuuse, ekyo kye kyansinganga okunyumira, nga weewuunya omuntu omukadde w'emyaka 85 naye ng'atambudde. Nga nze lumu natambulako nabo kubajjaawo Namugongo kutuuka ku kiggwa, naye natuuka ninga embwa ze nampeekera bwekezi, naye nga ye omulaba mukulu naye atambuza maanyi.
Irene Namyalo, tweyanzege. Omwaka ogwaddako 2015 era twaliyo ku ground. We were on ground. My colleague Maurice Ochol was on ground. Of course, normally it's a challenge for journalists to access especially the place where all the action is happening. And Maurice Ochol was one of those who were trying to, wade through the crowds. Maurice Ochol, talk to us about how easy or difficult it was for you to wade through the crowd and to get to the venue where you needed to do the coverage.
Well, Joel Senyonyi, thank you very much. Now, talking about Namugongo, first of all, in 2015 and 2016, that's when I really remember that, yes, I really covered this Namugongo and then the whole pilgrimage thing, to put it as a whole. But aside from that, looking at some of the key things, number one, in 2015, going through that whole crowd. Remember, we were on the Anglican side, and now passing through, there was no cars that, okay, they are going to take you up here and then drop you that side. Now, we were all dropped at the Catholic shrine. Now, walking from the Catholic shrine to the other side where the Anglicans, it wasn't very easy. First of all, you really have maybe a camera, and then you have a tripod. For my case, I was carrying a tripod. Now, getting through the people, everyone there is important. They don't know whether you're a reporter, whether you maybe some dignitary passing around. Everyone is important on that day. They won't say that, okay, yes, it's Maurice Ochol passing here. No way. You will have to go through the thickest of people and then get to where you're going. Now, it was the Anglican shrine where we were going to. It wasn't easy. By the time I reached to the Anglican shrine at the gate, I was all panting, literally panting, and I said, okay, yes, this is just the beginning. Now let us get down to the real place where we were going to, of course, carry out the whole session was taking place. Well, everything went on well, but again, to look at what really stood out for me was the fact that you were sloping down at the Anglican shrine. It wasn't like the Catholic shrine where you sit and then there are seats there. No. This one you have to slope down. Now, everyone was literally sitting on their heels, and then the preacher, of course, was down that side. To me, it was a little bit weird at first, but then looking at the whole event, people were loving it, and then you could see the joy, and then what comes on with people really praising their God. For me, that really stood up so well for me. And at last of it, I said, well, this one is one thing to remember, at least for life. Then again, in 2016, when we went back there, we saw again lots of crowd. Still the same, you had to walk through the thickest of people and then get through wherever we were going. And that was at the Anglican shrine. I covered that again in 2016. Now, reaching 2016, what was the most unique part about that was that looking at the people also who had come, I kind of don't remember the diocese that was, of course, leading that time, but there were so many people there. People were very packed up there. And I remember very well the Speaker of Parliament was also down that side, and then seeing through that everything is going on well. But one thing that stood out that day that you could clearly see was that the joy of people that were inside there, and then the way people were praising God. No one was minding that, okay, whatever is happening here, what is happening here. But the people were getting watered down. There was a stream of water, and of course, how the Anglican said, it's a blessed water. So many of the people were going that side. Well, Joel Sonyenyi, that's at least what I can remember for that time, 2015, 2016, the memorable moments that I can recall so well. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Maurice. 2016, the leading diocese was Chiyinda Mityana Diocese, and Bishop Joseph Anthony Ziwa was in charge that day. My colleague Sheila Nduhuchire was on ground. She was at the Catholic shrine. Sheila, talk to us about what you saw at the Catholic shrine.
You know, what really stood out for me in 2016 was that I was assigned to cover Uganda Martyrs Day celebrations at the Catholic shrine, and that obviously, as is always a practice, has a lot of people there. There are a lot of numbers. Now, 2016 was very special, especially for me as a journalist. I was going to be the reporter that is going to report from the grounds where the Pope had been the previous year. So that was the first time, that was the first Martyrs after the Pope. There had been a lot of transformation in terms of giving the venue the facelift. Government had really invested, the church had also invested. So we're really looking forward. And I was really looking forward because I had been there before in November for the Pope, but now I was going there to cover, I think, one of the biggest crowds I've ever seen. And indeed that year the church says they recorded the biggest numbers that had come to, you know, for Martyrs Day celebration, largely because the Pope had been there. There was a, you know, like euphoria of sorts, because a lot of people had come to be at the ground where the Pope had been the previous year. And the other thing, of course, that really stood out for me was it was also very important and historic year because 2016 was exactly 130 years that the Martyrs had been, you know, there were now Martyrs that were being celebrated 130 years. So it was very historic. And I recall that Chiyinda Mityana Diocese led that year's celebrations, and the choir really sent a lot of electric shocks, literally, throughout the crowd. And there was one particular guy, the guy that was, you know, conducting, leading the choir, was really energetic. And all of us, instead of, you know, listening to just the songs, our eyes were glued to that particular guy that conducted the service or the mass that year, the one who was leading the choir of Chiyinda Mityana Diocese. It was really unique for me as a journalist because, like I said, it was an opportunity for me to watch, you know, it's very emotional to see people having traveled all these miles and kilometers to come and be in a place where, you know, they connect spiritually, but also very importantly that the Pope had blessed that venue, and it was the first time that they were coming as Martyrs pilgrims. It was very unique for me and very outstanding. And in terms of what the preacher said that day, I remember it was Father Ziwa Anthony of Chinda Mitiana Diocese, and he was very passionate about the fact that some of us claim to be Christians during that day, but we are pagans. And I think he was on the spot. He was, you know, right on the money. That a lot of us, you know, wear masks to show that we're good, when in actual sense at night, what happens behind, you know, when the lights have gone off is a totally different picture. So as a journalist and as an old girl of Uganda Martyrs Secondary School, Namugongo, that June was always very unique for us because it was the only day in the term that we were left to go out and, you know, party. Some people, not me, would come back and face disciplinary action. So going back to report that year as, you know, the top story from the Martyrs Shrine was very, very, you know, it brought a lot of, what's the word? It brought a lot of nostalgia is the word, about the times we had in the school, but also the fact that I was reliving, or as being, you know, as part of history. 130 years since the Martyrs were murdered or at the orders of Mwanga, but also that it was the first Martyrs that we were having as a country after that historic Pope's visit in 2015.
All right, thank you Sheila Nduhuchere for sharing that. Solomon Kawesa na yeye aliyo. Solomon Kawesa tubulire gwengamu na maulire gwa mwaka and especially olunaku lwakugendera lutya.
Omwaka gwa 2016 gwali gwanjawulo nnyo mu Eklezia Katulika naddala mu kujaguza olunaku lw'abajulizi e Namugongo ku ludda lw'Abakatuliki. Nzijukira bulungi nti Chinda Mitiana ye yali ekulembeddemu ebikujjuko era Omusumba Anthony Ziwa twamulaba nga yayimba ekitambiro kya mmisa. Kyali kyamaanyi nti ebintu bingi ebyaliwo. Ku ludda lwange omwaka ogwo nali ntunuulira nnyo ebintu ebiri ebbali ebitali nnyo munda mu kigo mu kiggwa, naye nga munda mu kiggwa ebintu ebimu ku byali bikwata eriiso. Ye yali kwaya eyimba, teyali nnene nnyo nnyo naye nga ntono, naye nga olaba ekigivaamu kyekyo kyegasa. Ebintu ebisinga okwewuunyisa ennyo ku nnaku ng'ezo ng'obudde tebunnaba kutuuka obw'ekitambiro kya mmisa be bantu bosanga nga beeterezaawo kwekolako sanirira nviiri, kunywa kacaayi, okwetegereza ddala nti olunaku we lunaatandikiranga naye ali mu mbeera eyeeyagaza ng'asobola okubeera ng'atendereza bulungi. Kale n'omwaka guno nsuubira nti Namugongo ajja kubeeramu obulamu, ajja kuba mukyamufu nga bw'atera okubeera bulijjo. Sinakindi n'okusingawo kubanga engeri kati ekiggwa gye kyazimbibwa obulungi kisobola okubeera nga kituuza abantu bangi. Kino nakyo kijja kuba kiyambako abantu okubeera nga beeyongerako, n'okuba nti ekifo kyongedde okuba nga kitundibwanga ekifo ky'ebyobulambuzi bangi abajja okwagala okugendayo abava waneeno n'ebweru wa Uganda okwongera okwetegereza ekifo kiri kitya, kizimbiddwa kitya, biki ebirala ebigenda okubeera nga bikolebwawo. Ndwesunga ng'era Munnayuganda omulala yenna yadde ku ludda lwange lubeera lwakukola, naye ate nange kimbaamu ekyokuba nti abajulizi ba Uganda tubajjukira.
Tweyanziza Solomon Kawesa. 2017, which was last year, the leading diocese was Hoima Diocese, and Bishop Vincent Chirabo Amoti was the day's in charge, if you like, and a couple of my colleagues were on ground. Andrew Arinitwe. Andrew, you covered last year's Martyrs Day celebrations. What struck you the most as you covered?
The Martyrs Day celebration has become such an important day, a very important day across Uganda, with so many people coming in, especially during the month of June, to celebrate this very unique faith of Christianity. But what struck me last year was the charisma within which leaders had to travel for long distances from Rwanda and across the region just to preach and share on how many people can be able to strengthen their faith as we come towards, especially towards this month of June.
All right, thank you, Andrew Arinitwe. Another of my colleagues that was on ground is Walter Mwesije. Now, Walter, I know to cover a big day such as this one, there's lots of preparations that a journalist should go through. What was that like for you? What kind of preparations did you go through?
All right, Martyrs Day 2017. Well, just like any other, ordinary Martyrs Day that we do celebrate here in Uganda, the preparations really for us as journalists who are going to cover and relay these pictures to you out there who's watching is, not an ordinary day preparation, because we have to be up as early as 3 a.m. to be able to reach the place where we're going to be, bringing to you all these live events in time, because, the congestion starts really, really fast, and by 6 a.m. you don't have where to move around with your car, or you can't even access some places with actually your feet. You can't move and squeeze in with all those numbers. But what caught my eye then was actually that on the business part of the entire celebrations, and probably that whole week and some days after the celebration is done, is that people book spaces on the road, on the road where we're supposed to be passing, because the roads where these pilgrims will have, to pass are already marked out. The rest is left for the business guys, really, and anyone who would want to come and be around the place, and of course security also. So people actually, come in and book space on the road where they can be able to sell their merchandise, and, even booking space outside people's shops.
You did cover Martyrs Day in 2011. What was that coverage like for you? What did you see, and how did it go?
Well, for me, covering Namugongo was always an experience, a very good one at that, because there's just so much happening in one place. There are quite a number of things that stood out for me, but I remember like two of them that really stood out. Like one, you would come very early in the morning, see a very big multitude of people walking down, some religiously singing to the shrine, and then on this other side, say on the roads, there are bars and lots of music playing, secular music, people dancing to the music. Some look like they've been drinking for years, say maybe for weeks towards the day, up to the third, and they are just having fun. They're in their own world. Namugongo would be like, for me, it would be like this place that has a church in one room and a disco in the next room. I mean, and there's so much going on in terms of praying and remembering the Uganda Martyrs, and there's so much going on in terms of these people having fun, drinking marwa, drinking waraji, and whatever drinks they want, and then of course eating the meat that we all love, And another thing that really stood out for me was whenever there would be like a certain archdiocese or diocese chosen to come and animate the day. I remember the time that Karamoja animated. It was so beautiful. You see these people coming and the processions they just make Namugongo not be about just the Uganda Martyrs who were murdered in Uganda, but it was just this whole cultural thing, bringing Karamoja to Namugongo, and then it brings a difference because people also feel like, yes, this is a national thing. It's not just the Namugongo. We know that, these are our Uganda or Baganda Martyrs. It was like a national fest. And so for me, Namugongo over the years, according to my experience, has going to be this place where people just do not come to pray or a faith place. It has become this place where people just come to have fun, happen, and wait. It's like a fest in the year that everyone is waiting for. Yeah, thank you. I'm Gertrude Tumusime with Pari.
People rent out their houses, they rent out the parking spaces, and it is really interesting.
All right, thank you, Walter Mwesije. Katudemu ati tuogerene Solomon Kawesa. Solomon Kawesa, omuntu eyali Namugongo omwaka oguwedde, bamulaba otya?
omwaka gwa 2017 katugambe nti ku lwange gukyamenye rikoda mu kuba nti nno abantu abajja Namugongo mbutuufu baali bangi nnyo nga kyesirabangako emyaka gye nzize nga ngoberera Namugongo. Katugambe onjogera mbi ayinza okugamba bangonga n'okungonga kubanga bangi nabalaba nga basibiddwa ebweru tebasobodde na kuyingira, era waliwo ne betwali twogerako nabo nga bagamba nabo kino tebakirabangako. Zagenda okuwera ssaawa nga 6 nga misa kumpi etuuse ne wakati, naye nga wabweru ku nnyiriri abantu bakyali bangi nnyo ate nga bakulaga nti n'eri waggulu ng'ekyali wajjalaawo emmotoka gye zikoma ng'olaba era bakyayingirawo okubanga bajja okwetaba ku bikujjuko bino. Simanyi lwaki baatuuka kikeerezo batugambe bwe tutyo, naye nga kyo bwe kityo bwe kyali, ate nga n'omwaka guno nagwo nsuubira kijja kubeera kijjobi nnyo. Naye nga omwaka guno era Kereziya still esigala ekubiriza abantu okujja ne basigala nga batambulira ku mulamwa guno ogw'abajulizi, okulya kubeewo, kunywa kubeewo, okusanyuka kubeewo nga tubajaguza, naye ate n'okujjukira ennaku okubonaabona kwe baayitamu byonna tubigattire wamu olunaku luno lusobole okubeera nga mbutuufu lw'amaanyi ng'era lulungi. Ate ku mulundi guno tukkirize nti abantu bangi abatandise okutegeera Namugongo wabweru wa Uganda, abakkiririza ennyo mu bajulizi ba Uganda betusuubira okuba nti nabo bajja kujja. Ekyo nakyo kitwongeramu amaanyi ne mu bye tukola, era nabo ku mulundi guno tujja kuba tubanoonyaako okubabalaga olunaku tulubale nti Namugongo wa 2018 ate naye amenye likodi, naye ku lwange 2017 gukyali mwaka gwa byafaayo Namugongo.
Solomon Kawesa, tuyanzege. And still sticking with Luganda, some of you think she cannot speak Luganda. Sheila Nduchire sometimes speaks some Luganda. Sheila, tubulire. Kati gwe nga munnamawulire, omwaka oguwedde gwakugendera gutya?
Mpozi ekirala kyenzijjukira kiri nti omwaka ogwo twalina okuzuukuka so early ne tugenda e Namugongo kubanga baali batugambye nti engeri gye gwali omwaka ogusooka nga paapa avuddewo abantu bagenda kubeera bangi. So twazukuka ku ssaawa 10 ne tugenda mu kavaani kaffe kali kazze kutukima ne tugenda e Namugongo ne tupitchinga camp ne tulindirira abantu omwaka ogwo ne Kereziya yakyogerako nti gwali mwaka ogusooka okulaba enkuyanja y'abantu nga bazze kulamaga e Namugongo. Kataawo ng'omunnamawulire kubanga olina obayita muno n'okola bwoti n'ogenda eri nga ku wetwali nga live link weeri awo ng'olina kukola link buli ssaawa ng'olina ku updatinga kati maneuvering mu bantu abo abangi bwe batyo kyali it was challenging, naye nga era kimpa essanyu ng'omunnamawulire kubanga kyampa opportunity y'okulaba abantu abangi abazze okulamaga, naye nga nange kimpa omukisa okuba nti nange nenfunako akadde nensaba nembeera nga abalamazi abalala. No Rachel.
Sheila Nduchire there. You should get a job as a Luganda news anchor. Tuyanzege. Sheila, and of course to the rest of my colleagues that have given us their thoughts on how they go to cover this day. We are continuing, of course, today we'll be bringing you live events as they will be happening at the Martyrs Day. At the Martyrs Day celebrations at the Namugongo shrines. Keep with us. We'll keep you posted on whatever will be happening. Good morning.